Tell me. Eternal. 50. 100 and Slim Shady. Seasonal. 41. Tell me. Angel Face. Go to Vert. Slim Shady. Seasonal. 41. The barbarian carries an entire arsenal consisting of 4 weapons with them at all times. Which weapon you use for a skill can be... Raw hair. Character. Loath hooves. Rare boots.
I am back. I'm sitting at
Rare boots. 405 item power. 32 armor,
level 41, I think it was.
341,077 gold. The main enabled. Stock 341,077.
Please
gold.
do like, follow,
Rare
and
boots.
subscribe. Here it is.
Left shoulder button. Right shoulder button. Waypoint. Waypoint. The deck. Waypoint.
The best
Waypoint.
wallpaper.
The deck. Waypoint. Raw hair. Left shoulder. Raw hair. Any activity. 1/4. Normal. Leveling. Any activity. Ferals and appos. Den. Any activity. 1. Ferals and any Nahantu. 1. Quests. Quests. Open world exploration. Any activity. Any advanced search.
What's the party?
Any.
Activity.
Dungeons. Open world exploration. Dungeon. Any. Base. Vessel of hatred. Any. Vessel of disabled. First time. Disabled. Leveling. Disabled. Enabled. Progression. Vessel of hatred. Disabled. Voice chat preferred. Vessel of hatred. Disabled. Farming. Disabled. Disabled. Challenges. Disabled. Vessel of hatred. Disabled. Enabled. Voice chat preferred. Disabled. Enabled. Newcomers welcome. Disabled. Enabled. Disabled. Text chat preferred. Disabled. Vessel of hatred. Disabled. Progression. Disabled. Enabled. Progression. Disabled. Enabled. Progression. Advanced search. Current party. Any activity. Character.
I got
Clothes,
into that,
rare
but
boots, realm work profile. Wardrobe. Profile. Overview. Commander and Appos. S passage. Rare helm. Character. Wardrobe. Empty. Exceptional helm. Raw hair. Character. Left shoulder button. Right shoulder button. Party finder. Left action button. Hold. Slim Shady. Left trigger. Right trigger. Friends list. Top trials are not Skosglen. Fracture Peaks. Huasar.
In channel trade, Rune of 20.
Left shoulder button. Right shoulder. Character. Road hooves. Rare boots. That skill is not ready. Left shoulder button. Right
In
side.
channel trade,
Huasar.
Rune of 23 says
Fracture. Drive whisker. Bottom.
Annihilations RTECLUTA activos. Do you have
Huasar.
a
Head
Hispanic
undiscovered.
end of line?
Nahantu. Dungeon. Directional pad right. Open in party finder.
where's the...
Stash. Wardrobe. Stat. Fracture Peaks. Scott Stash. Wardrobe. Select difficulty. Bot. Dry steps. Kegistan. Stash. Wardrobe. Nahantu.
In channel trade,
Nahantu. Huasar. End of Priority
line.
quest. A feather on the scale. Search. Fracture Peaks. Select difficulty. Skosglen. Season of the Malignant. Ends January 21st, 2000. Nahantu. Season of Hatred Rising. Ends January 21st, 2025. Premium Battle Pass active. Right trigger. Right analog stick click. Learn about season progression. Upgrade to Accelerated Battle Pass. Left action button upgrade. Left action button. Skosglen. Fracture Peaks. Huasar. Trial Party Finder. Left action button. Hold. Slim Shady. Recon kill. Left trigger. Right trigger. Activity selections. Activity.
Oh,
Advanced
find a
search.
party. Haha, I gotcha.
Left shoulder button.
I
Right shoulder
gotta
button.
go for a little walk down here.
Need more
Sucker.
time.
Cuddle. Snowy. Sear producer. That cut shard. Sear. That skill requires a charge to use. Cut sucker. That's cauterized Cenobite.
Need more time.
That skill requires a charge to use. Holy later. That skill. Shift frog. Hold. Later. That skill requires a charge. Event joined. Raw hair and appos. S card. Bottom action button. Interact. Mining for Wolfram. Laggard. Laggard. Later. Marksman. Laggard. Marksman. Throat slitter. Laggard. Ornery Wolfram. Bone snapper. Laggard. Area 45%. That skill requires a full later. Throat slit. Laggard. Bone snapper. Laggard. Full later. Area 0%. Laggard. Throat slitter. Laggard. Bone snap. Thundering ornery Wolfram. Laggard. Bone snapper. Area 45%. Bone snapper. Laggard. Area 72%. Bone snapper. Thundering ornery Wolfram 3. Area 42%. Area 0%. Laggard. Bone snapper. Laggard. Bone snapper. Bone snapper. Laggard. Anti-ornery Wolfram. Area 65%. Rectal-ornery Wolfram. That skill is not ready. Second book. Laggard. Bone snap. Area 40%. Laggard. Area 0%. Laggard. Bone snapper. Life 77%. Life 87%. Life 100%. Life spoken Wolfram 3. That skill is not ready. Area 68%. Area 43%. Laggard. Slay the remaining monsters. Mastery. Slay the animated Wolfram after raw hair free. Throat slitter. Barrier 0%. Event complete. Greater radiant chest. Bottom action but leather cup. Heavy raw hair. Containers. Coagulator. Coagulator. Giant. That skill. Corvane. Shamble. Giant fat. That skill requires a charge to use. Left shoulder button. Right shoulder. Huasar.
Oh, there it is.
Realm Walker event. Dungeon. Dry. Stronghold. Hedges. Stash. Heal. Weapons. Undiscovered.
Fuck, is that ever one hell of a fucking run for me?
Heal. Hedges. Stash.
Oh, I might have to teleport.
Huasar. Stat. Bottom action.
I'm teleporting. Fuck it.
Wait. Teleport. Raw hair.
We'll come back to the fucking mission here in a minute.
You can also unlock new looks in your wardrobe. Turnair. Rock the sunless hold. Bottom action button. Interact. Raw hair. Compete 48. That warning. Your return town portal will be closed once you leave town. That skill requires a charge. The Withered Scrubs. Realm Walker event joined. Realm Walker. That skill requires a charge to Gloom Pine. Cairn. Blood clan. Rotten skin. Infected coil. Blood clan. That skill with Blood clan impaler. The realm. The great. That skill with L39. Blood clan impaler. Under the fat goose in. Under the fat waypoint unlocked. That skill requires a charge to use. The Great North. Blood clan. That skill requires a charge to use. And LT, TR and GT. That skill with Cairn. The Fells. That skill requires it. Fodder. Raw hair. Fodder. Unknown portal. Bottom action button. Interact. Fodder. Fodder. Raw hair. And LT, Offline and GT. Boomer Banks 9. LT, Offline and GT. Boomer Banks 9. Fodder. Coagulator. And LT, Offline and GT. Boomer Banks 9. Character. Spirit Hall. Left shoulder button. Party Finder. And LT, C and GT. West Side Commissioning. Left trigger. Last edited by Reganator earned the challenge. Manage clan. And LT, C and GT. West Side Commissioning. Clan details. Public. Last edited by Recon Kill. Recon Kill. Last edited by Recon Kill. Recon Kill. Public. Your clan will be listed in search results. Leader. Private. Your clan. Manage clan. Reganator. Alucard. Notch. Mist. 41. Recon Kill. Slim Shaddy. Spiritborn. Manage clan. Voice. Manage. Reganator. Today. Reganator. That skill is not ready. Father. Unknown portal. That skill is not ready. Unknown portal. Bottom action button. Interact. Coagulator. That skill. Coagulator. That skill is not ready. Father, and LT, Offline and GT, and LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 9. Left shoulder button. Right shoulder. Fracture peaks. Stronghold. Hatred rising. Hatred rising. Hatred rising. Hatred rising. Hatred rising. Father. Father. Hostile is not ready. And LT. Father. Formulator. Father. Formulator. Father. And LT. Offline and GT. Boomer Banks 9.
Need more time.
Sports Sphere. And LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 9. That skill is not ready. Simulator. That skill is not ready. Malice. And LT, Offline and GT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 9. Barrier 30%. Father. Barrier 0%. And LT, Offline and GT, Father. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Fortified 20% slash. Formulator. Ragayer, Father, and LT, Offline and GT, and LT, Father. Formulator. Father. Barrier 30%. That skill and LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 10. Barrier 0%.
There you go, it's got it there.
Fortified 0% slash. And LT, Offline and G, unknown portal. Bottom action button. Interact. Formulator. Barrier 30%. Formulator. Barrier 0%. That skill requires a charge to use. Father. And LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 10. And LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 10. The Realm Walker has spawned. Fire the Realm Walker. Slay the Realm Walker and Appos S minions to anger it. Slay Bloodbound Guardians to damage the Father. Barrier 30%. That's Father. Barrier 0%. And LT, Offline and LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks Bravo. And LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 10. Formulator. Barrier 65%. And LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 10. Realm Walker. Father. Barrier 0%. Father. That's good. Father. Formulator. Fortified 20% slash. Father. Barrier 30%. Bloodbound Guardian. Barrier 70. Barrier 45%. That skill requires a charge to use. Fortified 40% slash. Formulator. Barrier 18%. Barrier 0%. And LT. Offline and GT. And LT. Formulator. Barrier 40%. Slain Wanderer. Bottom action button. Barrier 0%. That and LT. Offline and LT. That's Formulator. And LT. Formulator. Barrier 30%. Unwall. Father. Barrier 0%. Slave Saber. Formulator. Father. Formulator. That skill is not ready. Bench and LT, Offline and GT, and LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 11. Life 62%. Formulator. Barrier 85. Father. Life 73%. That skill is not ready. Bloodbound Guardian. Barrier 85%. Bloodbound Guardian. Father. Barrier and LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 11. Barrier 0%. Bloodbound Guardian. 82%. Father. Barrier 45%. Father. Life 92%. And out. Barrier 12%. Formulator. Barrier 0%. Formulator. And LT. Offline. Formulator. NLT. That skill is not ready. Father. NLT. Offline and GT. Boomer. Season 2 entry. Father. Blackout. Language. That's what blood. Formulator. Barrier 30%. Father. Barrier 0%. Father. That skill requires it. Level 5. NLT. Formulator. Barrier 30%. Blood Realm Walker. Barrier 0%. Blood Father. Father. That skill is not ready. Barrier 45%. Blood NLT. Offline. Bloodbound Formulator. Offline and GT, Bruno Banks 11. Area 73%. That skill requires a charge. Bloodbound Guardian. Viewing Walker. Area 0%. With blood and LT. Bloodbound Walker. Fourth cylinder. That skill with fourth cylinder. NLT, FSP and GT, Roxas 18, fourth cylinder. NLT, NLT, that skill requires a blood 70%. Oh no, Patriots fire. Blood 93%. NLT, blood Grand Marauder. NLT, Offline and GT, Bruno Banks 12. That skill is not ready. Patriots fire. Defeat the Room Walker. Barrier 0%. That skill requires that skill requires a charge to use. 65%. Previous Banks Weapon. Barrier 65%. Ruin Walker. That skill requires a charge. That skill is not ready. Painted and Apples, as Enforcer. Barrier 0%. Ruin Walker. Seething Realm. Bottom Seething and LT and Play and LT off Step Band and LT level 42 and Seething Realm. Bottom at and LT, Offline and GT, Boomer Banks 12, and LT, Raw Hair, Fortify 69% / Regular equipment can gain 1 tempered affix and be masterworked up to 4. Seething Path, Fortify 40% / Seething Realm, Triune Worshipper. Be doing more red heart. Felon, Barrier 0%. Felon. Triune Admonisher. Triune Chest. Bottom action. Bone Charm. Triune Admonisher. Fortified 61% /
The Vessel of Hatred released today, so I got it. I'll be going with the Vessel of Hatred.
Fortified 40% / Triune Worshipper. Barrier 30%. Barrier 57%. Felon. Triune Shaman. Barrier. Triune Admonisher. That skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. That skill requires a charge to use. Felon. That's Felon. Triune Worshipper. Felon. Barrier 30%. That skill requires a charge. Triune Worshipper. Barrier 0%. Felon. Triune Worshipper. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier 30%. Floating Midnight. Barrier 89%. Floating Midnight 3. Barrier 63%. That skill Correlator. Barrier 33%. Triune Worshipper. Barrier 0%. Triune Admonisher. Realm Gate. Realm Bonus. Directional Pad Right. Once. How's your streaming going? Fortify. Seething Realm of Materials. Bottom action button. Interact. Fortify 0% / Seething Path. Bottom action button. Interact. Felon. Felon. Triune Admonish. Triune Worshipper. Barrier 50%. Felon. Barrier 0%. Felon. Felon. Fortify 20% / Felon. Barrier 30%. Felon Ancient Children. That skill is not red. Triune Worshipper. Barrier 0%. Triune Worshipper. Fortify 40% / Triune Worshipper. Felon. Triune Worshipper. Felon. That skill with Triune Worshipper. Barrier 30%. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier 0%. Challenge Shaman. Barrier 44%. Challenge Shaman. Fortified 60% / Rocket. Challenge Rocket. Barrier 18%. Felon. Barrier 0%. Fortified 80% / Dark as Deceiving. Fully. Fortified. Dark as Deceiving. Fully. That skill requires a charge to use. Light 100%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 0%. Triune Worship. Triune Chat. That skill with Calvin. Felon. That's the Triune Felon. Barrier 30%. Triune Worshipper. Barrier 0. Fortified. Light 100%. Felon. Triune Admonisher. Felon. Seething Goblet. Correlator. Fortified 98% / Correlator. Triune Worship. That skill requires a charge to use. Seething rupture. Bottom action button. Seething rupture. Fortify 78% slash. That's Alpha Thunder Dancer. Negative seething fully. Barrier 43%. Alpha Thunder Dancer. That's still with Alpha Thunder Dancer. Actually, I draw for gamers and streamers like Logo, Banner, Overlay, Emote related to streaming at very reasonable price red heart.
Need more
Life 82%. Life 95%. That still requires a charge to use. That still requires a charge to use. Seething chest. Seething approach. Hook blade. Helm. Hook blade. Seething approach. Bottom action button. Interact. Seething approach. Fortify 58% slash. Down. Death. Adroit hook. Havoc. Bramble crest. Deep. Elegant glaive of the expectant. Legendary glaive. Spirit. Limb. Adventurer and Appos. S helm of a commander and Appos. S passage. Rare helm. Lingering hook. Spirit. Officer arbiter. Rare ring. Wound drinker. Unique ring. Officer arbiter. Rare. Reinforced embrace. Officer. Spirit. Adroit. Vigorous ring. Fortify 0% slash. Containers. Seething rupture. Bottom action button. Raw hair. Seething wellspring. Inspect the chest. Resplendent chest. Bottom action button. Holy later. 30%. Holy later. That still requires a charge to use. Noise. Life 82%. Holy later. Life 97%. It pulls. Holy later. Barrier 44%.
I'll pass.
Noise. That still is not ready. Barrier 71%. Holy later. Big Source Fire Starter fully. Barrier 38%. That still requires a charge to use. Barrier. Life 86%. Barrier 30%. Life 99. I can DM you my art styles on Discord. Can you drop your Discord username? Fortify 40% slash. Languisher. Life 68%. Languisher. 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 Life 81%. Holy later. Holy later. Life 92%. Barrier 44%. That still requires a charge to use. Barrier 72%. That still requires a charge to use. Building Rod Ruster. Barrier 72%. Holy later. The health tide has risen in multiple territories. Green Appos and deceiving elite. That still requires a charge. Holy later. Barrier 40%. Green Appos and deceiving elite. Green Appos and deceiving elite. Fortify 85% slash. Title. Barrier 44%. Zero discordant elite. That still is not ready. That still is not ready. That still requires a charge to use. Holy later. Barrier 30. Father. Barrier 0%. Father. Building Rod Ruster elite. That still requires a charge to use. Life 100%. Holy later. Holy later. Barrier 11%. Holy later. Holy later. Father. Father. Holy later. Holy later. Father. Radiant chest. Barrier 0%. Holy later. Nose. Holy color act mallet. Nose. Holy later. Mallet. Seething opal of materials. Heavy chest. Seed. Sturdy cow. Sandwort. You. Drifter. Chest. Struck. Drifter and Appos. S gloves. Damage over time effects do not have random damage variance and cannot critically strike or overpower. Saragar. Fortify 54% slash. Loathhood. Murder. Protection. Choke. Bony web helm of deflection. Legendary helm. 4. Adventurer and Appos. S helm of assistance. Legendary. Please share me your Discord in my whisper red heart. And LT. TDR and LT. And LT. TDR. Bony web. Storm traps. Rare gloves.
I'll pass. I'm okay.
58 items.
It's alright.
37 armor. Plus 9. Bony web help. Vigorous ring. Adroit. Havoc vest. Spirit quarterstaff of inner cop. Fortify 0% slash. Raw hair. Select difficulty. And out. That skill requires a charge to use. Sidus. Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. All items. Salvage all. This aspect unlocked. Aspect of pestilence has been added to the Codex of Power. Blacksmith. Sidus. Blacksmith. Sidus. Blacksmith. Sidus. Blacksmith. Blacksmith. Sidus. Blacksmith. Grace_Taylor 4 here is my Discord username. Seething Wellspring. Bottom action button. Interact. Seething Wellspring. Drifter and App. Strider. Look. Chest. Look. Drifter and App. Sit ring. Seething Opal of. Character. Hectic Archon armor. Legendary chest armor. 477 item power. 130. Hatred and Appos. S Heart of Apprehension. Legendary chest armor. Fate Sight. Demolition. Loyalty. Rune class. Close enemies are those who are in melee range. Distant enemies are those who are outside of melee range. Saragar. Seething Wellspring and LT, Sob and GT, and LT, so and LT, SOA and GT. That skill requires a charge to use. Murderum 29, Sidus, Blacksmith, Sidus. Salvage. Transmog unlocked. Visit the wardrobe to view. Blacksmith, Sidus, blacksmith, Sidus, blacksmith, Sidus. Tempering. Material cost. Two-handed. Elegant glaive of the expectant. Offensive. Worldly finesse. Natural finesse. Magic. Offensive. Natural. Material cost. Attention. Material cost. Temper item. Tempering. Temper complete. An elegant glaive of the expectant. Blacksmith, Sidus. Tempering. Material. Two-handed. Elegant glaive of the expectant. Legendary glaive. Offensive. Weapons. Elemental surge day. Magic. Lucky hit. Up to a 4. Elemental surge knight. Magic. Lucky hit. Up to a 40% chance to deal. Gorilla augments. Magic. High pen star 13. Elemental surge day. Weapons. Material cost. 15. 5. Temper item. Tempering. Temper complete. Elegant glaive of the expectant. And out. Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. Material. Feet. Hatred and appos. Mobility. Natural motion. Mobility. My hammer sings. Blacksmith. Sidus. Blacksmith. Sidus. Forge equipment. Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. Material. Feet. Hatred and appos. Mobility. Natural motion. Magic. Plus. Mobility. Material cost. 15. 5. Temper item. Velvethamer 34. Velvethamer 34. Tempering. Temper complete. An affix has been added. Hatred and appos. Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. And LT. Adelan GT. Two-hand. Feet. Hatred and app. Mobility. Utility. Worldly fortune. Magic. Luck. Natural schemes. Worldly fortune. Utility. Material cost. 15. 5. Temper item. Tempering. Temper complete. Hatred and appos. March. Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. Material cost. Feet. Legs. Adventurer and appos. Pants of the Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. Material cost. Hands. Starving Ravager and appos. Bony web gauntlets.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
Blacksmith. Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. Neck. Chest. Hectic Archon armor. Defensive. Worldly endurance. Natural resistance. Spirit-born resolve. Magic. Plus 21.0-30.0% armored hide resolved. Natural resistance. Worldly endurance. Defensive. Material cost. Attention. Material cost. Temper item. Tempering. Temper complete. An affix has been added. Hectic Archon armor. Legend. Utility. And LT. Adelan GT. Natural schemes. Worldly. Utility. Material cost. 15. 5. Temper item. And LT. Adelan GT. Velvet. Tempering. Temper complete. An affix has been added. Lucky. Hectic Archon. Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. Material. Feet. Head. Chest. Head. Adventurer and apple. Defensive. Utility. Defensive. Worldly endurance. Natural resistance. Magic. Spirit-born resolve. Worldly and defensive. Material cost. Attention. This material cost. Temper item. Tempering. Temper. Adventurer and appos. Helm of assistance. Legendary helm. Utility. Worldly fortune. Magic. Natural schemes. Worldly fortune. Utility. Material cost. 15. 5. Temper item. And LT. Adelan GT. Velvethamer 34. Tempering. Temper complete. Adventurer and appos. Helm of assist. Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. Material. Feet. Legs. Hand. Chest. Head. Adventurer and appos. Helm of assistance. Blacksmith. Sidus. Blacksmith. Sidus. Tempering. Material cost. Feet. Two-handed. Ring. Equipped. And LT. Neck. Equipped. Her predator ward of offense and resource. Mobility. Natural motion. Magic. Mobility. Natural motion. Material cost. Attention. Material cost. Temper item. Tempering. Temper complete. An affix has been added. Her predator ward of offensive. Defensive. Resource. Defensive. Worldly endurance. Natural resistance. Spirit. Worldly endurance. Defensive. Resource. Material cost. 15. 5. Temper item. Tempering. Temper complete. Her predator ward. Character. Left ships. Seething opal of gold. 2. Seething ship skull. 4. Gar. Magic rune of invocation. Requires 25 offering. Gain 2.5% critical strike chance for 5 seconds. Up. Gain 28. Sem. Magic rune of ritual. Gain 75 offering. Cast evade. Tell. Magic rune of invocate. Yax. Magic rune of ritual. Zan. Magic tag. Zan. Tap. Look. Ship skull. 4. Head. Ship check. Ship neck. Ship ring. Gar. Magic rune of invocation. Requires 25 offering. Gain 2. Loom. Gar. Magic. Gar. Stash. Bottom action button. Interact. And LT. SOA and GT. Left shoulder button. Cracked. Skosglen. Dry. Bottom. Whisper. Skos. Waypoint. Raw hair. Resistances are capped at a baseline maximum resistance of 70%. This maximum can be increased under the Fat Goosen. Saradar. Travelers under the Fat Goosen. Warning. Your return town portal will be that skill Thorn Beast. Thorn Beast. Plague. Grizzly Bear. Thorn Beast. Plague, that's the Plague Creeper, Toxic, Plague Creeper, that's Blood Clan Impale, Blood Clan, Hardlands, that's the Blood Clan Shaman, Slain Hunter, that you have reached your destination. That skill requires a charge to use.
Need time.
Gallovine, that skill Blood Clan Marauder, that's Blood Clan Shaman, Rawhaler, Rites of Ascension, Slay the Channeler to disrupt the rites, Blood Clan Marauder, Barrier, 81%. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Shaman. Slay the Unascended. Rawhaler. Blood Clan Muller. Barrier, 0%. Blood Clan Shaman. Fortified, 20% slash. Blood Clan Muller. That skill is not ready. That skill is not. Blood Clan Shaman. Fortified, 40% slash. Blood Clan Muller. Blood Clan Muller. That's Blood Clan Shaman. Blood Clan Shaman. Blood Clan Muller. That skill is not red. Blood Clan Marauder. Barrier 30%. Blood Clan Shaman. Barrier 0%. Blood Clan Muller. Fortified 65%. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood 100%. Blood Clan Muller. Fully. Blood Clan Muller. Fully. Barrier 81%. That skill with Blood Clan Shaman. Barrier Blood Clan Marauder. Fortified 90% slash. That skill Blood Clan Impaler. Blood Clan Shaman. Rawhaler. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Shaman. Rawhaler. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Shaman. Rawhaler. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Muller. Fully. Blood Clan Impaler. Barrier 50. Blood Clan Muller. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Marauder. Barrier 41%. Blood Clan Marauder. Blood Clan Shaman. Blood Clan Shaman. Barrier 0. Lords of Thunderstroke. Belief. Barrier 50%. That skill is barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 41%. Slay the remaining heavy quarterstaff. Blood Clan Marauder. Rawhaler. Event complete. Rights of Greater Radiant Chest. Bottom action button. Barrier 0%. Falter. Left shoulder button. Left shoulder button. Fracture peaks. Dungeon. Direct stash. Bottom. Hedge. Dungeon. Direction. Nahantu. Bottom action. Campaign quest. Reunion. Waypoint. Teleport. Rawhaler. Temper manuals can vary in quality. If you learn multiple rarities of the same recipe, you will always Kuros Bazaar. Rock Hardlands. Iron to the Poo 50. And LT, and that skill requires a charge, and LT, rip and GT, Iron to the Poo 50. Fortify, 70% slash. And LT, 2 and GT, Jeff, that skill requires a charge to use. Fortify, 49% slash. That skill requires a charge to use. Reunion, that skill requires a charge to use. Fortify, 29% slash. Overgrown Guard, that skill requires a charge to use.
Need time.
Fortify, 8% slash. You have reached your destination. Fortify, 0% slash. Samira, bottom action button. Nirel, and Quad, what and
I've been struggling with something. In hell, when we didn't know who to use the Soul Stone on, why did you ask me to choose?
Between Lilith in my veins and Mephisto in my eye was our group's fist. Killing is my trade. Donan was our stone mage. Lorath our leader. And you, I'm sorry for putting that on you.
You think too highly of me. Come on, they're waiting.
Rawhaler. Reunion. Speak with Nirel in the Kurost reaches. That skill requires a charge to use. Council chambers. Nirel, and Quad, what and Akos.
This Soul Stone, like every other, will eventually come to fail. So we strengthen it. I've read of a massive well of energy stored in the lost tomb of Akarat. It could empower the stone, sever its bond.
You would
Not now,
No.
Eru.
What? This council will not stand.
There are tablets related.
Rawhaler. Quest complete.
Fine. For now, I'm not going to.
Nirel.
Don't argue. Not about this. I'm out of second chances now. And I'd rather die.
Rawhaler, and Quad.
I asked him the same thing. He said, Were I to guide you to the Vault of Light, you...
The Kurost Undercity. New. Reunion. Ormus. Anquat. You wanted to see me. Anquat. Anquat. Those...
They carry the raw essence, or so Ormus believed.
Rawhair. Anquat. Anquat.
And Ormus can't think of a better one. But he has thought long and hard. The Hantu has survived the Lord.
Rawhair. Anquat. Anquat.
Of course.
Ormus, this stranger brings war to Nahantu.
Oh, really, Iso? No.
Rawhair.
Kurast is an old city. You've seen the gardens and the cigarettes. But there are many older in good times wouldn't...
Rawhair. Nirel. Left shoulder. Done. Priority quest. The Kurost Undercity. Enter the Undercity. Unlocks Kurost Rawhair. Left shoulder button. Nahantu. Campaign quest. Living memory. Nahantu. Rawhair. Mounts are restricted in this area. Kurost. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to use. Upper Kurost. That skill requires a... Hatsim 53. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charged character. Impact. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to use. Dire Gloom Jungle. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to use. That's Red Fang. Red Fang. That skill requires a charge to use. Bloodseer. Red Fang. Event join. Quilled Eagle. Rawhair. Grizzly Bear. Grizzly Bear. Grizzly Bear. Settling the Grizzly Bear. Bloodseer. Red Fang. Quilled Eagle. Wildwood. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 41%. Mangari, Grizzly Bear. Chotash Bin Blood, Wait, Mangari, Mangari Noodle, Fire Grizzly Bear. Fortified, 20% slash. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 10%. Grizzly Bear. Grizzly Bear. Barrier, 0%. Grizzly Bear. Fortified, 40% slash. Grizzly Bear. Grizzly Bear. Barrier, 51%. That skill requires a charge to use. Fire Tooth Bin Blood. Fortified, 65% slash. Grizzly Bear. Barrier, 25%. That skill is not with Mangari Slinker. Scorched Spear. Fortified, 90% slash. Grizzly Bear. That skill. Fire Tooth 4 3. Life 87. Life 50 Grizzly Bear 3. Barrier, 35%. Blade, that skill with Grizzly Bear. Shield Eagle. Life Love Lane. Barrier, 4%. That skill is not ready. Barrier, 30%. That skill requires a Grizzly Bear. Barrier, 0%. Slaughter. Life 74%. Slaughter. Fortified, 70% slash. Greater Radiant Chest. Bottom action button. Wildwood. Nangari Slinker. For life 86%. Wildwood. Lele 52. Life 97%. That skill is not ready. Heavy Pants. Lele 52. Collapse. Rawhair. Wanderer. Purpose Ward. Leather Boot. That skill requires a charge to use. Fortified, 49% slash. That skill requires a charge to use. Nangari, Blood Clan Inhaler. Blood Clan, Disseminator. Right action button. Quilled Eagle. Right action, Pestilent. That's Rawhair. Pestilent. Barrier, 30%. Pestilent. Barrier, 94%. Plague Reaper. Snowy Toxic Reaper. Painted Toxic Reaper. Barrier, 60%. Antro. Barrier, 0%. Plague Reaper. Grapple. Toxic Event Joint. Rawhair and Athos. S-Card. Bottom action button. Steaming Sword. Plague Reaper. Toxic Reaper. Barrier, 30%. Barrier, 30%. Grapple. Plague Reaper. Barrier, 0%. Grapple. Life 86%. Second. Life 100%. Toxic Reaper. Arachnophore. Barrier, 99%. Flesh Cultivate. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier, 56%. Barrier, 26%. Red Knight. That skill is not ready. Cleric. Toxic Reaper. Barrier, 0%. Cleric. Red Knight. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier, 28%. That skill requires a charge to use. Cleric, Nightmare. Barrier, 0%. That skill requires Nightmare. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier, 37%. Red Knight. Barrier 0. Carol. Barrier 57%. Red Knight. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier 0%. That skill requires a Red Knight. Red Knight. That skill requires a charge to use. Bloodthirsty Area Whirlwind. 9 Barrier. That skill with Knight. Carol. Red Knight. Barrier 41%. That skill Red Knight. Carol. Not Carol. Carol. Not Blood. Carol. Barrier 0%. 9 Barrier. Red Knight. Red Knight. Clipbox. Red Knight. Barrier 30%. Oxen just under dance on plate. Carol. Carol. Barrier 9 Barrier. Barrier 70 with Red Knight. Barrier 70%. That's Carol. Barrier 41%. Carol. Event complete. Mining for Wolfram. Greater Radiant Rawhaler. Barrier 0%. Initiated. Card quarterstaff. Card. Character. Imp Batter. Nightmare. Footman and Appo. Horizon. Prism Stand. Battle Aim. Radiance Downfall. Rare Ring. Wound Drinker. Unique Ring. 300. Character. Imp. Nightmail. Oath. Cruel Grab. Plate.
Need time.
Pestilent, Impact, Grapnel, Spirit Born Kick, Grapnel, Radiant, G-Spot Kick, Grapnel, Plague Cleaver, Life 88, Barrier 30, Sucker, Grapnel, Barrier 88%, Grapnel, Barrier 40%, Rawhaler, Barrier 89%, Flash Cultivator, Barrier 39%, Flash Cultivator, Sucker, Barrier 0%, that's still Sucker. Fortified, 96% slash. Flash Cultivator. Life 74%. Fortified, life 49%. That's Grapple. Life 61%. Toxic. Grapple. Life 71%. That skill requires Beast Fate will left shoulder button. Right shoulder button. Life 88%. That skill requires a charge to use. Life 98%. Pull. That skill requires a charge to use.
Need more time.
That skill requires a charge. Corrupted Pop. Event join. Pull later. Corrupted Pop. Barrier 49%. Pull later. Barrier 0%. Pull later. Life 87%. Pull later. Mastery. Flame area within time limit. 1 minute. Malice. Life 88%. Malice. Right action button. Right at. Pull later. Pull later. Barrier 30%. Pull later. Barrier 0%. Rawhaler. Pull later. Breakable. Corrupted Pod. Fortified. 99% slash. That skill requires a charge to use. Corrupted Pod. That skill requires a pull later. Corrupted Pod. Pull later. Corrupted Pod. Pull later. Snowy pull later. Life 80 to 69%. Pull later. That skill requires a charge to use. Life 99%. Snowy pull later. Elite. Barrier 39%. Corrupted Pod. Barrier 83%. Pull later. Barrier Malice. Barrier 0%. Rawhaler. Breakable container. Corrupted Pod. That skill requires a corrupted Pod. That's pull later. That skill is Malice. Life 88%. Pull later. Breakable container. Life 98%. Corrupted Pod. Life 87%. Rawhaler. Pull later. Corrupted Pod. Barrier 30%. Malice. Barrier 0%. Pull later. Corrupted Pod. Life 99%. Malice. Pull later. Life 87%. Corrupted Pod. Life 98%. Corrupted Pod. Pull later. Malice. Life 87%. Breakable container. Radiant chest. Bottom Nazar. Life 99%. Left shoulder button. Rawhaler. Fortified 79% slash. That skill requires a charge to use. Monster Fells. Fortified 58% slash. That's Moon Clan Impaler. That skill requires a charge to use. Moon planning, moon planning, that moon, moon plan, that skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to use.
Need
Dueling
more
rivers.
time.
That skill requires a charge to use. Living memory. Speak with Maka. That skill requires a charge to use. Fortify 38% slash. That skill requires a charge to Mesa Plains. Horned rhinoceros. You have and quad. Where raw hair. Maka. Maka. Bottom action button. Interact.
You'll have to go digging.
You're not coming with us?
Not this time. Haven't had a chance.
I understand.
We know. I'll pass it along in.
Fortify 3% slash. Raw hair. Fortify 0% slash. Nangari Slitherer. Bone warrior captain. That skill requires a charge to use. Find the first tablet. Skeleton. Slavia. Skeleton. Speak to the survivors. Survivor. Bottom action button. Bone warrior. Bone warrior. Fortify 30%. Warrior 60%. Bone warrior. Warrior 30%. Horned rhinoceros. Warrior 0%. Bone warrior archer. Skeleton force axe. Bone warrior. Fortify 40% slash. Horned rhinoceros. Nangari Slitherer. Horned rhinoceros. Barrier 30%. Bone warrior. Fortify 60% slash. Bone warrior archer. Barrier 0%. Thundering bone warrior captain 3. Barrier 39%. That skill is not ready. Fortify 85% slash. Thundering bone warrior captain 3. Barrier 0%. Shivering bone warrior captain. Skeleton force axe. Bone warrior captain. Bone warrior archer. Skeleton force 3. Bone warrior force axe. Barrier 30%. Bone warrior force axe. Barrier 0%. Skeleton force axe. Skeleton force axe. Bone warrior force axe. Life 87%. Skeleton force axe. Life 100%. That skill is not ready. Skeleton force axe. Skeleton force axe. Mastery. Keep all the survivors alive. Skeleton force axe. That skill is not ready. Sturdy pan. Polearm. Character. Nightmail. Wonder. Gilded Polearm of the Moonrise. Legendary Polearm. 467 item power. 129 damage per second, -2. Elegant Glaive of the Expectant. Legendary Glaive. 469 item power. Gilded Polearm of the Moon. Wander Vow. Rubble. Oathsin. Loyalty Inception. Rare. Heroic Source. Rare Ring. 4. Herald Rival. Conquest Brand. Rare Quarterstaff. Herald Rival. Scout with Cruel. Wound Drinker. Unique Ring. 395 item power. Plus 14.4% poison. Cruel Wound Drink. Prism Standard. Rubble. Oathsin. Rare Ring. 4. Radiance Downfall. Rare Ring. Oathsin. Horizon. Herald. Heroic Source. Herald Rival. Radiance Nexus. Fortify 0% slash. Left shoulder button. Raw hair. That skill with Bone warrior archer. Nangari Brightskin. Bloodstained Heights. Character. Nightmail. Battling. Wound Drinker. Cauterized Cenobite. Radiance Downfall. Rare Ring. Cauterized Cenobite. Cauterized Cenobite. Fortified. Cauterized Cenobite. Barrier 30%. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier 0%. Seared Producer. That skill is not yet. Seared Producer. Seared Producer. Fortified 41% slash. Seared Producer. That skill is not ready. Fortified 62% slash. Seared Producer. Raw hair. Pilgrim and Appos. That skill requires a charge to use. Dirt pile. Bottom action button. Interact.
I can just barely.
Fortify 41% slash.
It's archaic.
Fortify 21% slash.
It was here I first met Akarat. Maybe one of his
Fortify
dedicates.
0% slash.
Ah, at the end, it mentions a journey northwest. That's our best bet.
Stone tablet. Bottom action button. Interact. Left shoulder but campaign quest. Raw hair. Hedge and pinnacles. Seared Cauterized Cenobite.
Enchanted Blade,
That's
Black
War
Scroll,
Dancer.
says
War Dancer.
my outside boss.
Side ravine.
I can
Bottom
invoke
action button.
and
That's
apply.
Wrathful Phantom. Wrathful Phantom. Barricade. Wrathful Phantom. Right action. Moon Clan Marauder. Right action button. Dueling Rivers. Right action button. To clock. Moon Clan Marauder. Thundering Scorched Picker. Lethal Charm. Bottom action. Formed right. Moon. Very blue. Seer Traducer. Seer Traducer. That skill. Mangari Bright. Horn Bright. Horn Bright. Melted Duplicon. Elite. Melted Duplicon. Seer. Cauterized Cenobite. Seer Traducer. Seer Traducer. Dirt Pile. Cauterized Cenobite. Search the Buried Chamber. Buried Chamber. Bottom action button. Interact. Buried Chamber. Raw Serum Trails. Bottom action button. Interact. Raw hair. That skill requires a charge to use.
Seems we weren't the first to find this place. Let's hope this one has what we need.
Speak with Nirel. Nirel. And Quad, what does...
It's etched in the same hand. Is that what we're supposed to do?
Raw hair. Emote and Quad. Help and Quad at the second tablet. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to use. Serum Trails. Bottom action button. Interact. Serum Trails. Rock. Buried Chamber. Buried Chamber. Bottom act. Buried Chamber. Seer Traducer. Flame Wanderer. Bottom action button. Interact. Seer Traducer. Left shoulder button. Campaign quest. Campaign quest. Fortify. 20% /. You have reached Buried Chamber. Raw hair. Cauterized. Buried Chamber. Bottom action button. Interact. Buried Chamber. Raw. Serum Trails. Bottom act. Mounts are restricted in this area. That's raw hair. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to use. Right. Left. Bottom action button confirm top act. Help. Help. Sorry. Help. Help. Bottom action button. Help. Bottom unsaved changes. Fortify 0% /. Right shoulder. Help.
I could use some assistance.
Wait! Don't hurt them! They're the offered help! Aren't you?
We are pilgrims who trod in Akarat's footsteps, same as you. Though we faltered, where you prevailed.
Character. Spirit 5 / ultimate skills. Ultimate. Spiritual attunement. Spiritual attunement. Rank 3/3. Your maximum vigor is increased by 30 while you have an ultimate skill equipped. Left action button. Initiative. Cast. Kill the burned knights. Seer Traducer. 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 Fortified 20% /.
I am sorry.
Raw hair.
Violence they brought.
It was silenced easily enough. But you,
Fortified 0% /.
by hatred. It coaxes out the bile and all
Abilities. Left shoulder but raw hair.
in your heart. The bitter dead beneath your feet. Lay it all down to rest before you are consumed.
Survive the attack. Adrenaline Adulin. Barrier 39%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 9%. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 30%. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier 0%. That skill is not ready. Raptor Phantom. Barrier 69%. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier 39%. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Fortified 60% /. Barrier 0%. That skill requires a charge to use. Level 43. Plus 1 skill point. Balance quarters. That skill is not ready. Chest. Speak to Nirel. Year of Orange. New Lord. Character. Nightmail. Prisms. Gilded Polarm of the Moon. Efficient. Bony web treads of metamorphosis. Legendary boots. Hatred and exceptional armor of deflection. Legendary chest armor. 478 Hatred and Appos, S March of Fleet Wings. Legend Bony Webbed, except Razorblade. Unique chest armor. 484 item power. 135 arm. Hectic Archon armor. Legendary exceptional armor of Bony Webbed Treads of Metamorphosis. Legendary boots. 471 item power. 38 armor, plus 3. Hatred and Appos, S March of Fleet Wings. Legendary boots. Bony Webbed Treads of Metamorphosis. Legendary boots. 407 Hatred and Appos, S March of Efficient Balance, Gilded Polar, Two-handed. Fortify, 0% slash.